Hello, my love. It's almost impossible to believe, but tomorrow truly is the day we have been waiting for. After months of uncertainty, countless late night conversations, and the quiet prayers we whispered to the universe, tomorrow everything changes. Tomorrow, the path to our reunion finally becomes clear. I can still remember the very first time we talked about a future together. Back then, it felt like a dream, something distant and shining, like a star we could see but not yet touch. We were full of energy and hope, imagining places we might travel, meals we might cook together, the home we might build. Those early conversations were alive with possibility, and even then I sensed that what we were creating between us was rare. I knew, deep in my heart, that this connection would endure. What I didn't know was how many twists and turns lay ahead of us. Over time, we faced more obstacles than we ever expected. There were days when the weight of other people's choices pressed so heavily on us that I wondered whether we would ever find our way through. We encountered misunderstandings, moments of distance, and that one towering complication, the presence of someone else whose life and decisions cast a shadow across our own. Yet somehow, through every trial, we held on to each other, even if only in spirit. That is what makes this moment so extraordinary. We do not have to force it. We do not have to push. We only have to watch as tomorrow unfolds, because the greatest obstacle between us is finally stepping aside all on its own. Think about what that means. For so long, our relationship has been defined not only by our love, but also by the challenges surrounding it. Challenges we didn't create, barriers we couldn't easily dismantle. And now, almost miraculously, those barriers are dissolving. The stress we've carried like a heavy stone will finally roll away. All the late night worries, the quiet frustrations, the ache of waiting, they are about to become memories we can leave behind. I know how hard this waiting has been. I've felt every mile of distance, every hour of uncertainty. I have replayed our conversations in my mind on sleepless nights, whispering encouragement to myself that one day things would shift. And yet, here we are, still believing, still dreaming. That endurance is proof of something rare and powerful. We haven't just survived. We've grown. We've learned to be patient, to trust the slow work of time, and to see each other with a depth that only comes from shared struggle. Tomorrow, when the air shifts and the weight lifts, we'll step into a new chapter carrying all the strength we've earned. This change is more than a date on a calendar. It's the opening of a door we once thought was sealed. We have often imagined what it would feel like to start fresh, to wake up without the shadow of interference hanging over us. That morning is almost here. For the first time, we can plan without hesitation. We can speak our dreams aloud without wondering who might interrupt. We can build a life with intention and without fear. You already know what I mean when I say that the biggest obstacle is finally stepping aside. The person who once stood, knowingly or not, in the middle of our path is now setting off on a journey of their own, a journey that has nothing to do with us. They are making choices that will fill their days and their heart elsewhere. Their focus will turn completely toward a new life, a new commitment, a new horizon. And while I wish them well, what matters most for us is the freedom this gives. We no longer have to fight for space. We no longer have to explain ourselves. The new beginning creates the space for ours. It's worth pausing to honor how extraordinary this is. We didn't manipulate anything. We didn't need to plead or to prove. Life simply shifted. Circumstances aligned. It's as if the universe conspired, quietly and gently, to clear the way. That alone feels like a blessing. I keep thinking about how far we've come. Remember those first weeks when we were still discovering each other's quirks and stories? We laughed about the smallest things. We stayed up too late, weaving dreams that felt almost too big for words. Even when we hit the first real obstacle, we promised each other that we would stay true to what we'd found. We didn't know then how complicated it would get, how much patience we would need, or how much faith we would have to summon. But we held on. That promise carried us. Now, as we stand on the edge of tomorrow, I feel a surge of gratitude for you, for the love that never dimmed, for the resilience that brought us here. Every challenge we faced became a quiet lesson: how to listen, how to forgive, how to wait without losing hope. Those lessons will serve us well as we move into this new season of our lives. Picture it with me: waking up tomorrow with a sense of lightness we haven't felt in years. We will no longer be looking over our shoulders. We will be looking ahead, to shared mornings and unhurried conversations, to plans that belong only to us. We can talk about where we want to live, the adventures we want to take, the memories we want to create. We can finally give our full attention to each other and to the life we've been quietly building in our hearts. Of course, a new beginning doesn't mean everything will suddenly be effortless. Life will still bring its surprises and its storms. But those challenges will be ours to face together, not barriers imposed by someone else's choices. That difference changes everything. It means we can meet each obstacle as a team, with clarity and commitment. I want to share a vision of what I see ahead. Sunday mornings with coffee and soft music, evenings where we cook side by side, trips to places we've only talked about. The comfort of knowing that at the end of each day, we belong to a shared story. I see us celebrating milestones big and small: careers, creative projects, maybe a home filled with laughter and the scent of something baking in the oven. I see us supporting each other through the inevitable hard days, offering strength when one of us falters. This is what love becomes when it is finally free, not a fragile wish, but a living, breathing partnership. Imagine the details: a quiet evening where we decide on a whim to drive to the coast just to watch the moonlight shimmer on the water. A rainy Saturday spent wrapped in blankets, trading stories and planning our next adventure. The excitement of trying something new together, learning a dance step, hiking a trail neither of us has seen, or planting a garden whose blooms we'll watch unfurl season by season. These small moments, these gentle rituals, are the heartbeat of a shared life. They are what I have longed for most during the long months of waiting. Our journey has already proven that we can weather difficulty. Many would have given up when things grew complicated, but we didn't. We chose to believe that love, real love, can outlast the longest night. That belief is about to be rewarded. Tomorrow is not just a date, it is a symbol of every quiet act of faith we have made along the way. Tonight, as we stand on this threshold, I want to thank you for every moment of patience and every ounce of trust you have offered. You have been my confidant, my compass, my reminder that even in darkness there is light. You have shown me what loyalty looks like when tested, and what kindness feels like when freely given. I am humbled by the way you have held this love steady. So let's breathe together, right now, and honor the distance we have traveled. Let's remember the laughter that carried us, the letters and messages that bridged the gaps, the quiet reassurances that kept us steady. Let's acknowledge the resilience we've shown. And then, let's step forward. Tomorrow we begin again, not as two people waiting for permission to love, but as partners free to create the life we've always imagined. I promise to walk every step of this next chapter with you. I promise to keep choosing you every morning, every night, every ordinary hour in between. I promise to listen, to dream, to build, to forgive, to celebrate. We have everything we need: love that has been tested, patience that has been proven, and a future that is finally, blessedly ours. Here's to tomorrow, the day the weight lifts, the day the path clears, the day our new beginning becomes real. With all my love, your name,